All right, so in this video, I'm going to cover 2.2b, point slope formula. Yes, I would normally be covering this in lecture because this is a level 2, but my projector stopped working. So instead of eating lunch right now, I am going to be teaching you this. And if you see me eating a salad in the back of the room during class, you'll know that's why. So today I'm going to answer the essential question, how do I write the equation of a line using the slope and a point? So instead of what we did yesterday, writing the equation of the line using the y-intercept and slope, today we're going to use some point along the line, okay? A point along the line. So to write the equation of the line passing through a point, which we're going to call hk, we're not going to call it xy because our formula already has an x and a y in it. So our new point we're going to call h and k. H in place of the x, k in place of the y. And slope is always m. So what we're going to do is we're going to take away from the y, the k, which is in the place of the y, and we're going to take away from the x, the h, which is in place of the x coordinate, okay? And if we simplify our formula by moving the k to the other side, we get y equals m times x minus h plus k. Wonderful. So our point slope formula is y equals m times x minus h plus k. All right, wonderful. So here are the steps. Write these down in your notes. Make sure you have all this. If you're moving slower, pause the video and you can write it down and then you can start again. Before you ever start the equation of the line, I want you to label. And I want you to write the equation. Okay, label and write the equation. Actually, I'll just call it formula. Write the formula. All right, great. So we're going to substitute the slope with m. We're going to substitute our h and our k, which will be our point. And then we're going to simplify. And when we simplify, we'll be in the slope-intercept form of y equals mx plus b. So wonderful. So let's go through some of these. Our directions tell us we must label. So we have to have the h and the k. And m is our slope. So when you get a test, you're just going to see this. Point 63, slope 2. And you have to give me the equation of the line. Y equals mx plus b. All right, great. So let's use our formula. Our formula is y equals m times x minus h plus k. All right, so substitute. Substitute the h for the 8. So 6 for the h, 3 for the k, and our slope of 2. So y equals 2x minus 6 plus 3. All right, parentheses. So what are we going to do? Now we're going to simplify. So we have parentheses. We're going to do distributive property. We're going to multiply here and here. So y equals 2x minus 12 plus 3. It's left over from earlier. All right, so now we're going to combine our like terms. Sound familiar? The circles, distributive, first circle. Combine like terms, second circle. If I was teaching this, I'd be pointing to my circles on the wall. Y equals 2x minus 9. Now we have our slope-intercept form. All right, let's do the next one. H, K, M. Substitute those in. Write out your formula. Y equals m x minus h plus k. Y equals 2 times, oops, sorry, slope is 1/2. 1/2. Okay, then I have my x minus 2. Don't forget, you have a double negative. You cannot get rid of this one. You cannot get rid of this one. So you end up with minus 2, okay, plus 4. So y equals 1/2 x. This turns into plus 2, okay, because a negative and a negative plus turns into a positive. So now I have to remember how to multiply fractions. So I'm going to multiply the top. So I have 1/2 multiplied by 2. Remember, there is a 1 underneath. So I'm going to multiply the top number and the bottom numbers. And I end up with positive 1. Plus 4. I'm going to combine my like terms. Y equals 1/2 x plus 5. All right, wonderful. Let's move on to the next one. So I have, I'm going to label H, K, M. Y equals M times X minus H plus K. So y equals negative 4, x minus 0, minus 9. Okay, so great. Y equals negative 4x. I'm going to do distributive property. Plus 0, minus 9. Y equals negative 4x minus 9. There's my slope-intercept form. All right, great. So y equals m times x minus h plus k. I have it written out. Then I have my h, I have my k, I have my m. Wonderful. So let's do our y equals m times x minus 8 minus 4. Oops, gotta write my slope in, don't I? My slope is negative 3 over 4. Gotta remember how to multiply fractions. So y equals negative 3 over 4x. Now I'm gonna multiply negative 3/4 times negative 8. Remember, it can be over 1. So negative 3 times negative 8 gives me positive 24 over 4, which equals 6. All right, plus 6 minus 4. Y equals negative 3 over 4x plus 2. All right, so the next two examples, and I'm going to erase this part right here just so you can see them, but the next two examples, I have a slope of 0 and I have a slope of undefined. So what you have to remember is your horizontal lines have a slope of 0. And your vertical lines have the slope of undefined. Remember, these stand for horizontal, 0 slope, y-axis, vertical, undefined, x-axis. So remember, with your horizontal lines, every single y value is going to be 7. Okay? So you can just write it as y equals 7. Remember, with your vertical lines, every single x value on the whole line will be -5. And you can write it as x equals -5. All right, so if you have any questions, make sure you come to me and ask. But in the meantime, I want you to complete these last 2 problems and check them to the answer key before you move on to your homework today.